What's up, guys? It's Missy. I am back with another SimCity build a video. I'm going to be doing a video on a high-level player's walkthrough based on their choices. Okay. Now, I've only scrolled about 3 or 4 screenshots of this album. I have not actually went through all of it. This person is a level 67, so they do have all of the factories unlocked, meaning they can do the production assignments in one round if need be. The one thing is this player does play for free. He does not buy the mayor's pass or anything like that. So, you know, he does have a little bit more limitations. But all in all, because the first task he made a mistake, I've already contacted him about that mistake. And I'll get back to that here in just a minute. So before we get started here, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. I try to put videos out daily. I'm going to be putting a lot more out this next couple of months and trying to grow the channel. We just recently hit 2,000 subscribers, which is awesome. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and join us on Facebook. We also recently opened up a Discord for people to get in contact with me or just, you know, each other to, you know, exchange group codes if you're looking to recruit members, if you're just looking to answer questions, or not answer questions, ask questions and have them answered, then you can join us on Discord, and that link will be below. It's on our Facebook page, and it's also in the description of every video. Well, it will be by later on today once I update all the videos. Okay, so let's get started. Hang on just a second here. Turn my brightness up. All right. This person, like I just said, is a level 67. He plays for free. He's got 60 tasks remaining, meaning he's in Mega. And let's get started. So the very first thing he does... Well, no. What am I doing? Let's back up a second. Sorry, guys. All right. Task assessment. Well, 6K work hard upgrade. Now, if you're somebody who cannot do this task, you kind of need to be able to do this task, okay? Now, even if you play for free, you can still earn war points and stack up war cards to do these assignments if need be, okay? If you're choosing not to, if you're choosing to only play certain aspects of the game, it will only get you so far. Just gonna be honest with you, okay? You might be able to win now when you're in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and even 70s. But as you progress into the 80s and the 90s and 99, you're not going to be able to make exceptions like this, okay? Bad habits are hard to break. Don't have bad habits, and if you know, it's one thing to know better and do the opposite because it benefits you more, but it's another thing to do the opposite, not know better, get into a bad habit, and then end up being completely lost and unable to win once you actually get into the really hard stuff, right? So right now, you can afford to cut some corners if you had to. You'll still be able to win, right? But if you really want to win later on, you cannot do shit like this, okay? So right now, he has a 6K work hard upgrade that he doesn't do. Now, that being said, it's holding one of those 6K place values. If you know that you cannot do this task and there's no chance of you being able to do this task anytime soon, you need to cancel it. You need to just take the 2,000, you know, or well, in this case, it's double points week, so the 4,000 average that you would be losing on just a one assignment cancellation. Okay, so you're technically missing 6,000 points here by not being able to do this assignment. But because it's holding that 6K place value, that is really, really bad, especially this early on. I mean, you haven't even done one damn assignment, and you're already saying that you're just going to leave a 6K assignment to sit forever? You can't do that. So either cancel it or do it. Okay. Now, whoa, what did I just do? Back up. Cancel. Okay. Now he has a Earn Lime Simoleons task. He does not have a Regional HQ task on here. So hopefully he stocked up on his limestone items and is able to keep his HQ closed. I believe, if I remember right, this person has 2 or 3 regional maps unlocked. He has a low premium, well, it's right around midway value, so main task, the VU for 4,000. And then he has a non-premium rotatable option of the cargo. Now, for a high-level player, this does not meet the 2K threshold. It will need done at least one time to test its rotation to kind of get it out of there, open up a doorway if need be, when the time comes, of course. And then if it continues to come back, then you leave it sit. Now he also has a 3,200 gnomes task. Now, remember, we're going for a 4K average this week, so that's below what we would normally do. But, for a high-level player, you have to get through all of your main options first and then move to your rotatable options. He's got the factory premiums, which he can mark as a rotatable option. And then he has a Latin upgrade at 2,400, which would be 1,200 on a normal week. Now, this one is a high premium, right? So it has the ability to be worth 3,600 points. It should be rotated at its earliest convenience. The Omega has a high algorithm in comparison to most other residentials. So if you're not rotating a high premium residential, so if you're not rotating Latin or Old Town, then Omega should be the first one you rotate. Then Cactus, he has regional, the Cactus one. That is also a good algorithm, but not as high as Omega. So if it comes down to picking between Omega and Cactus, you're going to pick Omega. The monster is at the 1,000 points value. It has no opportunity. We're going to leave that sit. That gets marked no touch. The design challenge gets marked no touch. And the coins get marked no touch. Okay, so let's get started. First thing he does is the lime simoleons. This is a mistake whether he can do the war cards or not, right? First off, start earning some war points. Start stacking up some war cards because you're going to need them later, okay? Second, even if you were not going to do this, even if you knew that there was no possible way of you being able to do this assignment, then you needed or should have canceled it immediately, okay? Get it out of there. Open up that 3K place value. You can only have so many 3K spots in your list. It's holding one of your 3K spots. And it's going to, you're just going to leave it there forever? And if you know you're not going to leave it there forever, what's the holdup? Why risk not getting stuff, for 10 or 15 tasks and then canceling it? It's better to get it done with now so the game has time to bring your score back up and give you some good stuff. So this was mistake number 1, okay? So what should have been done here is a cancellation or done the war card. Now, he does the lime simoleons, okay? He gets a 2K limestone residential. Now he moves to his highest premium in his list, which would be the VU. It is his main task, so that is the correct choice. Aside from, I don't want to sit here the whole time and say he should be canceling that war card. I've already said that, so let's mark that as pretty much everything he's done while he's let that sit is technically a mistake, right? But I don't want to sit here and say, mistake, mistake, mistake. I want to grade his stuff and ignore this for now, but just know that this was a huge mistake on your part. Okay, so the VU, excluding the war card, of course, excluding that, remember that would have been correct. Okay, now, more than likely, he would have gotten something better had he opened up that 6K place value and wouldn't have had to go for the VU just yet. So, here we are with the next option here is that the repair became a main task at this value, right? Now, given the fact that it is non-premium and it's not exactly a good task to get thrown early on in rotation, meaning the game's not being very good to you right now. And the reason it's being like this to you is because you have a 6K task sitting there, more than likely, okay? The next thing is it's starting to throw you low premiums. If you haven't noticed, it gave you a 1,000 point upgrade right off the get-go, okay? The game's, when you are a high-level player, these high-valued placements, these doorways, are your good doorways, and you are leaving them blocked. And by doing this is why you're getting the tasks you're getting. Had you started off with either doing the work hard or canceling, you would have either had 6,000 points or opened up a 3K place value. You would have then, on your second choice, moved to the limestone, unless you got something higher or better than that. Then you would have been on task 3, choice 3, and you would have opened up your third main task doorway if you had to, and that would have been your VU assignment. So you would have been doing a hell of a lot better with a lot better options being thrown back at you. Instead, the game's giving you garbage. Now, that being said, this is your window of opportunity to rotate in your best possible options, right? So right now, rotating in the Omega was a mistake. You had, if you look, let's go back because I don't think he put another bottom screenshot, which again, you guys, you've got to make sure you give me lower screenshots. He had one that was for 2,400 and he did Omega for 2,000. So he had a task that was worth 400 more points with a higher value possibility and good algorithm. Not as high as Omega, mind you, but opening up that Latin is extremely important. This was the next mistake, okay? So now he gets a 4,800 VU, or not VU, sorry, Epic, which is a non-premium task. For 4,800 points, that would be 2,400 on a normal week. That being said, it is in the main task value, okay? So both of his main task options right now are non-premiums. You really should have canceled that work hard. I know I don't want to have to keep saying this, but this is what's going to really hurt you. Okay, so he does the Epic, and he gets a 2,600 on bricks. Now, he reaches down to grab another premium option, okay, a low premium option, which, again, I'm not seeing the bottom of your list here, so let me pull it up on my other phone so I don't have to keep scrolling back. You guys got to put in your lower list, okay? It's important. All right. So he had Cactus, Latin. Did he ever rotate Latin yet? I don't think he did he? Why did you do that? Why did you rotate Cactus again? Jesus Christ. Okay. So, again, this is another mistake. Latin should have been rotated 400 higher, better value possibility. Now he gets a launch legendary attack for 4,800, which is 2,400 on a normal. Okay. Now he gets a 2,000 VU, which would be 1,000. So he's just getting low stuff. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? You know what's going on here. That 6K task is blocking you. Okay? And it's not. People think, well, I've had more than one 3K task in my list before, so how could this one be blocking me, right? That's not quite how it works, and I keep trying to explain this to people, and they're not understanding what I mean by this. Just because you can have more than one 3K task does not mean you will. But more importantly, remember when I told you guys about comm math and I said doorways, place values, value possibilities, opportunities? I go through all these things. One of those things is value possibility, okay? You have possibility within, or value opportunity. You have opportunity within that value. So not only are you opening up that 3K place value, but that doorway is what has all your good tasks behind it. So it doesn't really matter what other place values, what other assignments you do. If you look at the example that I've used, if you have doorway number 1 that leads to all main tasks, let's just say that a majority or 80% of the tasks are going to be main tasks. But doorway 2, 80% of those tasks are non-premium or low value. And you decide to leave doorway number 1 closed. You have cut off most of your main tasks. See what I'm saying? So it's not that you can't have more than one doorway holding a 3K place value. It's that place value has all of your good stuff behind it, and you're just leaving it to sit. Okay? So, again, anytime you take something lower in value, it's because it's going to help you immensely later. It's giving you some, basically, it's going to give back to you in some way where, okay, I did take 400 less points now, but when it comes back around, or if it comes back around, it's going to give me more than that in the long run, thereby kind of evening itself out, right? So in this case here, this was a huge mistake again. So here we are, we're 8 tasks in on a double points week. Let's just keep going. Okay, so now he's got cactus for, 4,100, which would be right around 2,000 points on a normal week. So this would be his second regional coins assignment, right? I don't know how he's doing these, if he's already opened 2 regional HQs, if he sold items, I don't know. But he's got to be very careful, because now he's probably down to 1 HQ that he can open if he did open them. If not, great. Who knows? I don't know. Okay? So, yep, there it is. So now he gets his regional HQ assignment. Now, at this value, don't touch it. It's at fabulous value. We'll leave it there, put a lock and key on it, throw it away, and close the door. Okay? This particular assignment, given the fact that he's already had 2 regional coins tasks, regionals are in high, algorithm right now for his list. So don't make it any harder for yourself and do that regional HQ task at that value. All right, moving on. Now he rotates the Latin, okay? Then he gets keys. So he rotates a non-premium cargo. Why didn't you rotate or cancel something else? Cancel the work card. That's just going to drive me nuts this whole time. You don't even know. That was just such a huge mistake on his part. Okay, so he gets a low premium and does the repair, which is another non-premium. Gets a Paris non-premium, and then he gets the limestone back at 2,000. Okay, now he finally gets upgrade cactus at 6,000. Now he's back to repair, non-premium. Limestone for 2,000. Launch attacks and club wars for 6. Upgrade Old Town for 7,200. Okay. And now we're at 19 tasks done. And he reaches to grab the gnomes task. Okay. Again, should have canceled that war card. Now, again, okay, right here. How many times have I said this? When you look at your comm math, look at the history of your assignments. When you do a cargo, he's looking, when you guys are on a double week, don't be fooled by these high numbers. This is only 1,800 points. It's non-premium. Why are you continuing to rotate it when it keeps coming back from it? You know, it's not doing you any favors. Okay, so now you get another regional task. This would be the second limestone. So he's either paid a nice chunk of change for the regional HQs, or he's sold a lot of items. Okay. Now he gets plastic. Paris. Okay. Interesting choice. I mean, the algorithm is low, so it could bring an okay opportunity. But with the values, with his points values right now and his horrible average, leaving that war card to sit this long. Oh my God. Okay. So, yeah. Here we go with another non-premium on the repair, I mean. So he gets the planks, then does that for below 2,000. All right, right here. So this here is kind of a predicament, right? So this particular task is holding one of his main place values. It takes a very long time to make it, 7-8 hours. I don't know where we are at with war, but I'm assuming that we were not quite over with war yet. I don't know what time of day it is for him, He's 14 tasks from being able to do streaks, so he's still ways from being able to do the streaks. He could do the electrical and then hope it doesn't come back in the streaks because he really needs these damn points. But more importantly, getting some of these higher valued things, opened up on his list. So he goes for the launch VU. Now, here's the thing, okay? I'm going to tell you what went wrong with his week this week. What went wrong was he left high premiums that he couldn't do, rotated low premiums, and kept getting high non-premiums. I mean, it's textbook, right? This is proof, exactly proving what I'm trying to teach you guys. If this isn't proof, I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just rotate low premiums when you have high premiums in your list that you're not doing. I mean, the game gives you a combination of things, right? So if you're getting high non-premiums and you're rotating low premiums, eventually you're going to end up doing some of those high non-premiums to make up for all the loss in your score, right? And so when you do that, the only place values that you're opening up in your high place values is your non-premium tasks. And so it's just this vicious cycle. Until you break it, it just continues. So, yeah, here we go again. Okay, so now he gets the Omega for 2,000. Gets cargo for 3,600, which again is 1,800. Does it again. Gets Omega for 6,000, so at least the Omega's being nice to you. Then he gets the 1,200 on planks. Yeah. Okay, 2,000 on the repair. This is a terrible week. Was totally avoidable. Okay, so the cactus. Here we go. Launch rare war attack. Great. Deliveries to London. He gets a high feed task. So, okay, so here we go again. Now he's got 2,200 on feed on a normal. He's got the 5,200 on the electrical. Okay. And he's got that war card sitting there. So now we've got three tasks, 3 main tasks in the list that he's not doing. Yeah. Now he's close to the streaks, and he really can't afford to rotate in these long factory productions. Hence why I said should have done that electrical way back when, right? Or should have canceled the war card way back when. Because now you got a real problem. Now you've got 3 main tasks taken up. The one redemption you had at your score was going to be to get the streaks done, right? And now, if you do your main tasks, you risk an extreme amount of downtime in the streaks. Okay. 2,400 on a non-premium. Got the Latin. So this, again, so noticing that the Latin is trying to bring his score back up. The couple of low premium options that he did rotate that have come back around for higher values are trying to boost his score up for all the lost points. Okay, now he does the one thing that I instruct people never to do. Like, do you even hear me when I talk in my videos? Like, this is why I get frustrated with people. How many times have I said, do not do factory productions just before the streaks? How many times have I said that? If they come back in the streaks, you could fail. You really need them. Oh, perfect. So he does them twice. Excellent. My guess is he did it because we were in a war downtime. Okay? Which, yeah, okay, fine. But you got to weigh out your options. It doesn't do any good to take this war downtime on factories if you end up failing the streaks on the next war and losing all the next war's active time by doing repeated tasks. See where I'm kind of going with that? So people are trying to take advantage of this downtime. What's happening is people move at a fast rate to get things done, right? On time, which is great. Now, on average, the average person gets to right around 20 tasks or so by the time the first war ends, which means right when the streaks begin, right? So usually what I do is for low-level players, I tell them that way before, the streaks, to rotate in your factory productions. Not your long factory productions. They don't have super long factory productions in terms of, like, electrical. But theirs are much longer because they have to do them twice, whereas he only has to do his once. That being said, you got to be very, very careful what downtime you take, because you have to think, and I've said this thousands of times, you have to think about moving forward if it were to come back. Okay? It's not just about if you can afford to take the downtime right now. It's, can you afford to do it again? Okay, so now we already know that he has to take some downtime for sugar to even begin the streaks. So at 19 tasks, he decides to start streaks and do the sugar. Now we're at 3 days, 10 hours. Okay? So he gets the Omega for 6,000, London for 4,000, and then microwaves for 4,800, limestone for 46. So this is the third limestone task. I know his HQ is probably closed, if that's how he did it. And he's at 3 days, 7 hours. Okay. 3 days, 6 hours. So he was able to do that task within an hour. Assuming that he either sold items or I don't think he bought piggy banks. He said he plays for free. Now he gets regional production. And there they are. There they are. Let me zoom in for you. What is that? Electrical. For a lower value than what it was there for before. Did I not just say? This is almost like laughable. Oh my god, I can't believe I just lost my spot. This is unbelievable. Okay. So, where am I at here? Do we go through all this crap? Sorry guys, I'm just in disbelief right now. Okay, we got the chairs. Here we are with the electrical. Alright. Dude, son of a bitch. Give me a second. This is why I get frustrated with people. Okay, Latin. Here we go. Cactus. Omega. So the only reason he has anything decent coming to him is from those low premiums he did rotate. Upgrade. VU. Upgrade. Upgrade. VU. Upgrade. Omega upgrade. Epic. Upgrade. Upgrade. Okay. Now. Paris. View. Value trumps opportunity right now, so, okay. Keys came right back. Okay. Yep. 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 Could have had probably about, 70K higher maybe? Like I said, that works here. Doesn't work in the higher levels. And at the rate you're upgrading, you're going to be there in no time. Okay? So if you don't correct these mistakes that you're making and really listen to these walkthroughs and really listen to the rules of the assignments, you're going to not win anymore. You know, you're going to be able to win for now, and you can afford to make these mistakes now because the people below you are even less at, you know, they're even more, you know, clueless, so to speak. Most of them probably have no clue what they're doing. So you're getting away with this type of stuff. But if you go up against somebody like me, somebody who's been playing a while, that knows what to do and what not to do, and you're not far from it, okay? Level 67, and look how many upgrades you had to do this last round. So you're going to be in with the educated players in no time. I mean, level 80 is when the curvature starts to kind of skyrocket. You know, like you really need to pay more attention to your doorways, what you're leaving sit, and how it's affecting your overall score. Pay attention to the patterns. Pay attention to the history of your assignments. People, they focus too much on the wrong things. They panic, right? They think, well, I'm getting garbage. I'm getting, you know, low garbage. And they're constantly looking at the next thing. What's in front of them versus what's behind them. What led to where they're at right now. You know, don't continue to drive down this panicked road, taking all these crazy twists and turns, when all you really had to do was stop and look at where you had already been, right? Look at what you've already done. Look at where that's got you. And try something new. Try what you're not doing. And do the right thing, okay? All of this was a disaster from the start. I knew it right away. It was instant, the very first choice. And when you start to get into the higher levels, that's all it takes. All it takes is, remember when I told you guys there are some mistakes that you can make that screw up your whole week? Remember that? This is one of those mistakes. That one mistake followed him for the whole contest, right? And he could have corrected it, you know, at any point in time. It would have helped to get that out of the way. But essentially, it's one of those things where if you don't pay attention to what I say in the videos and really hear what I'm telling you guys, then you're not going to make it. You'll be able to win, and that's kind of what's misleading people, is that they're doing so much better than everybody else in their league, and they are winning. So they don't understand the severity of the mistakes that they're making until they get into a point where they stop winning. And they realize, oh, well, what have I been doing wrong all this time, right? And that's why I'm trying to train you guys right from the start. Now, like I said, knowing what's right and doing what's wrong to save resources is one thing. You know, like let's say that you have an extreme lead, like 140,000 point lead. For example, I had a girl in my training course that, you know, she recently leveled up. She's got a regional. She had a 140K lead, and she doesn't have a whole lot of tickets. So, yeah, it would be advised that she save tickets. That's something I would not advise for a level 99 player because you can't afford to save tickets. But in order to help her more as she progresses and levels up and gets into the harder leagues, it would be advised to save those resources so that she can do better later when she needs them, right? Now they would just be wasteful. Okay, so I have some more videos coming out where I'm going to try to talk about a lot of this stuff. There is another thing I need to talk to you guys about tickets. So if you're somebody who is struggling on when to use them, when not to use them, I'm doing a video about that later today. Be sure to check it out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and find us on Facebook.